we still have a lot to cover. I have 3 major moves to talk about, and then we're going to talk about a couple more minor moves in a separate video. That's going to be quick and short, but let's get right into it. The first one that I'm going to talk about today is Rajon Rondo going to the Atlanta Hawks on a 2-year, $15 million deal. This is a pretty interesting choice for the Atlanta Hawks, for Rajon Rondo, since there were a lot of rumors floating around that, he might go to the Clippers, he might go somewhere else, but the Hawks wasn't really on the radar because, he would have to be playing as a backup in Atlanta, whereas suppose he went to the Clippers, he'd probably be in a starting role. Now, the question comes down to what will the Clippers do for a point guard? Because there was a lot of talk that, they're looking for a point guard. People thought Rondo was going to be that guy. Hasn't been the case. So now we're going to have to see what the LA Clippers do for a point guard now. And this also almost certainly makes the Hawks a playoff team. And I wouldn't expect them to be the 7th or 8th seed either. They're definitely going to be at least 6th seed, maybe higher, depending on how the rest of that roster shapes up. John Collins, can Trae Young go even higher than he did last season? Next up, Serge Ibaka goes to the LA Clippers to team up with Kawhi Leonard once again. A 2-year, $19 million contract with a player option on the 2nd year. And this clearly seems to be the LA Clippers' Montrezl Harrell replacement. And in my opinion, this is an upgrade. This is an upgrade from Montrezl Harrell. This is someone, Serge Ibaka, who's just as impactful on the defensive end of the ball and also has the added benefit on the offensive end of being able to space the floor. He's a 3-point shooter, and that, of course, is always a benefit, always an upgrade. He is a little bit older than Montrezl Harrell, but I think that's not a problem, especially considering that the Clippers are in a win-now mentality. And this seems to indicate that the Clippers were ready for Montrezl Harrell leaving, because it's only been a couple of days since Harrell left, and they've clearly been in negotiations with Ibaka for quite a while, hence this contract. So yeah, they've been ready for this. They've been bracing themselves for Harrell leaving, and this seems to be their replacement, and in my opinion, it's a solid upgrade. The last one that we're going to be talking about today is Tristan Thompson going to the Boston Celtics. Another great move in my opinion. Definitely an upgrade for what they had at center right now in Daniel Tice. Don't get me wrong, Daniel Tice is a solid NBA player, but Tristan Thompson is going to be an upgrade. I'm happy for Tristan Thompson, and I'm happy for the Celtics. It's a huge upgrade. They were already a great team with Daniel Tice as their center, and now they bring in Tristan Thompson. Jason Tatum's only going to get better. Jaylen Brown's only going to get better. The Boston Celtics are going to be an exciting team in that swirl of exciting teams that's in the Eastern Conference right now. The Eastern Conference might be more exciting to watch next season than the West. I know that's unheard of in the NBA, but think about it. You have the Nets, you have the Bucks, you have the Raptors, you have the Sixers, you have the Celtics. Now the Hawks are making moves. The Heat. There's just so many good teams in the Eastern Conference right now. The entire NBA is stacked at this point. You don't know. There are 12 teams that could win it all and legitimately have a good chance of doing so. So it's going to be a very, very exciting season upcoming. Of course, free agency is far from over. We still have plenty of players to go. And of course, trades are going to keep happening. Major superstars are still yet to be traded, even though they have clearly mentioned they wanted out. Say, look, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, those guys still need to be traded. But, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see how it unfolds. And, of course, I will be here providing updates for you over the coming weeks and days. So that's it for now. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.